Okay, today's project that has been put off for about 5 years is we're going to be installing, or I'm going to be installing, there is no we, a Barnett Extra friction steel plate kit for this 1997 Electric Glide. I've had this kit installed on my 96 Fat Boy. It was fantastic. You may or may not remember this was the Copart motorcycle, like one on the auction about 5 years ago that had all kinds of problems with it. The clutch in here makes a horrendous noise when it gets hot. Sometimes it does it when it's cold. I've never had a chance to look inside the clutch basket because I bought this thing. Next thing you know, the house in Florida sold, and 3 years later I'm now living here in Tennessee with a little time. So that said, I'm going to start taking this primary cover apart, see what the deal is on all the noise in the clutch pack, and then I'll be showing you the install of this extra friction steel plate kit from Barnett Performance. Those are fantastic. All right, I'll be back as I get the teardown coming along. More to come. Okay, I've got the primary cover off. Front and rear floorboards are removed. I don't see anything major other than somebody cracked the pressure plate. That's generally due to not having the right tool. Seen that a bunch. This looks like a heavy duty spring. And I've also come up here and disconnected the battery. Then I've shielded the negative post, preventing any unpleasant incidents. Now I've got to come over here, skin back the clutch cable. I got to take all the pressure off of that, make it completely loose. Then get my clutch spring compressor tool out here, squeeze this down and get this snap ring out. And then we'll take the clutches out and have a look and see what they did in here. Looks like a new shoe has been put in. There was a lot of new things added to this bike. Sadly, whoever was doing it was clueless. So, can't wait to see what's in here. Alright, I'll be back when I got more to show. Okay, I've loosened the clutch cable to where it's doing nothing. And you got to get this nut and this Allen screw out. And that requires a 11/16. Then you come in here with the Allen wrench, back those off. So now I'm going to take this out, go get my spring compressor, get rid of that snap ring, release the pressure, and see what we got in here. There's your adjuster. Alright, I'll be back in a few minutes. I gotta get the spring compressor, get ready to take that out. Okay, I got the new clutches pre-soaked in primary gear lube. There's the new steels. And what you do here is you come in, you start with a clutch. Oops. Hard to do this with one hand. Anyway, get the idea. You put in the clutch. Sorry about the camera, I'm on the stool. You put in a steel. And then you do that until they're all gone. So that's basically it. I'm going to shut this off and install these. That's all there is to it. I'll be back in a little while. Okay, here's an update on what I found. The clutches themselves inside are just wiped right out. They're just flat and smooth. They're supposed to have a groove in them. This is the pressure plate that was in there. You can see the big groove. Watch the clutch. The clutch will... You won't be able to move the clutch. That's how much wear is in it. Here's one used I had in stock in my toolbox. See how it moves all around? It's nice and flat. Clutch hub assembly itself is less than perfect, but I'm not spending roughly $350 to fix it. Bike's got 75,000 miles on it. It's minor. Has a little ridge in it. It's cutting a little groove in the clutch, but that's no big deal. It's not all tore up like the pressure plate. This pressure plate is destroyed. So I'm just going to roll with it. I got to take this snap ring out. You can see where somebody broke it messing with it. And I got to put it in this pressure plate. And it had a, what's the name of it here? Energy 1 heavy duty clutch spring. I just looked those up on eBay. It's like $225 for the pack. About the same price as the extra clutch plate from Barnett with the heavy duty spring. I think this is just a Stark Harley Davidson spring. So I got to put the new clutches in. I'm going to use that spring, install this pressure plate, and put it back together. So more to come, but that's it for today. That's it. I'm going. I'll be back. Okay, we got all the clutches installed. We adjusted the tension on the primary chain. I've got the cable on the handlebars up here adjusted. You can watch it move down here when I pull the clutch in and out. Now I'm going to put the primary cover back on, throw all the rest of the pieces on, and that'll conclude this clutch install and the discovery of why I was making those horrendous noises. Since I've never had a chance to look at this since I bought it from the Copart auction almost 5 years ago. Maybe it was 5 years ago. Anyway, that concludes that. That's all for this job. I'm going to button it back up. Pretty basic, just put all the pieces back on from this point on. Alright, that's it. Thanks for watching the Copart and Barnett clutch extra plate install update.